Heads up. If you're a plus size referral, you do get the first month free.
Heck yeah.
Welcome.
I'm not like freebies.
Hi. Oh my gosh.
$3.99
Right?
is my kind of price.
Yeah, you know.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Welcome. All right. Do we see all the comments here? I can't even see mine. Here we go. Comments. Nobody's here yet.
Hey, Sabrina.
Y'all here?
Yeah.
Say something to us. Hi,
Sabrina's
welcome.
here.
It's
Susan's
a
here.
Friday
Hi,
night.
Susan.
Cool. Hey, Susan. Hey, Trigger Carlos. Hey, Sabrina. Cool. It might be a smaller live tonight. That's okay. Or maybe it's because we're late and they decide to leave. Oh, hello, ladies. Should be here shortly. Oh, okay. Thank you. That was sweet. Keeping it together for us.
I was
Keeping
smart
it together.
switching my phone.
Smart switching.
What happened to your phone?
Got me the new flip.
We got to. Oh, you did?
Oh, gosh.
Ooh. We gonna need to get her on an iPhone. She's driving,
No.
Hi,
You're
everybody.
messing up
It
the
looks like
group
everybody's just
chat.
starting.
No, I'm minding my business.
Pauline. Hey,
And they look
Pauline.
like
Hey,
iPhones.
everybody.
But anyway.
Yeah. They're not iPhones, Kat. That's the thing.
I know. Okay. You are on
Yeah,
neither
so-
payroll.
It's a struggle for us because she's the only one in the plus size crew that doesn't have an iPhone. So when we try to chat,
Pretty much.
everything comes through jankety. So
Everything comes up with that green
here-
bubble.
it does. It looks weird. It's
green
all
bubble.
your fault, Kat. It's all your
Color
fault.
Yeah.
green versus blue.
Oh my goodness.
You guys
Blue.
sound so rotten.
The
Rotten.
blue bubbles rule.
Oh,
I'm on
look.
neither payroll.
People say, "Yay, androids!" Hey, Angie.
It's really cool. It's a
Stay
brand new
strong,
flip.
Kat. Serena says, "Stay strong, Kat."
I can answer
I
all
love
my
it.
texts right here.
Stay strong, Kat.
That happens on iPhones too.
Yes.
Your iPhone doesn't open.
That's true.
And your
But there's
screen is
also
always
not a
cracked.
giant. Oh my gosh, the
Well,
AC
we
guy the
live
other day.
in
Your
the
screen
year
is always cracked.
2023, so we don't have flip phones. We are in the year of our Lord,
always
2023.
cracked.
Oh
The
This is
year,
crack prevention.
the year of the sweet baby Jesus, 2023.
Sweet baby Jesus.
All I did was
The
crush
sweet
my
baby
plus size shirt
screens.
tonight.
All I did was crush my screens. But now I drop
Hubby
it all
owes
the
me a
time.
chair. Yeah, and you're good to go.
Your
That is pretty cool.
Your TVs are going to have the same technology eventually. They're going to be rolling.
Oh,
You
yeah.
pull them up.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Kat, if you
Why
drop
would you
your
fold
phone,
your TV?
the only thing you're going to do is just crack the outer screen. So,
You know where that
do it
would
on
work
this
though?
one.
The folding of the TV thing is in a tiny house. That would work.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
would
like
work.
but I don't see why that would work anywhere else. An attic.
I
maybe?
wouldn't mind having a tiny house.
Yeah, but I'd want that in addition to my house. That's the thing. You know? Oh, someone just spoke.
I'm okay.
Dave's
Welcome,
here.
Dave.
Hey, did you see Dave just posted something from Bourbon that talked about the study on the heart for Wegovy that like just came out? Boy, did we ever get that episode out at perfect timing. You know?
Yeah.
The heart of Wegovy with
Didn't
Candace.
we?
We did.
Didn't we?
That was some GLP-1 evangelism kind of stuff.
Look,
You know?
I feel like my.
I mean, you know, Spirit's moving me a little bit. A little bit. Anyway,
Listen.
hey. Let's say hey to all the people before we get started. Okay, let's see. All right. Hi, how are you? See, look, Eli says iPhones.
I'm on neither payroll.
I get it.
I'm on neither, and I'll drink to that with my little baby glass of wine.
Team iPhone, I tell you.
Oh my gosh.
All
Anyway,
my 401k.
There are things I miss about the Android. I love the personalization. You really don't get that with iPhone. Like it's very much like communist.
Android will catch up with those your little likes on your comments. It'll happen.
Okay, we'll see.
Mhm.
It's been a minute.
Like with your little group chats. I hated that at first because everyone had iPhone and it would still separate my texts. And I'd be like, WTF is this?
Yeah.
And then holidays. I hated it at holidays because I would get 500 different texts. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. I was like, you know what? If you don't stop with this doggone Merry Christmas, and then it wouldn't happen. But then you'd get these good job. You'd get people would text and be like, "Who is this?" I see that's what you get for that group texting. Someone just said, "Who are you?" I don't know.
We're gonna need to move it to a different platform just so Kat can see our stuff. You know? Killing me.
Anyway.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all. We're here to talk about
And
GLP-1s and weight loss
Wegovy.
and health and all that.
And then
Wegovy. Let's talk about Wegovy. If y'all haven't seen the most recent episode with Candace, where she talks about having a warning stroke and
Yeah.
how she's on Wegovy and how that's like basically changing her life. It's so good. Like she does such a great job. And then we
Yes,
have Pat Endo on that talks about more of the clinical side of it, and she's fabulous and writes us a poem. So definitely check it out.
yes. She wrote us a
Fantastic.
haiku.
And like we're gonna drop a little bit of tea before JT starts her tea. There's a chance that we,
Mhm.
through very important connections, special
Mhm.
connections,
We might have something.
we may have booked
We
a
may.
Bravo star. We may have booked a Bravo star within the next couple of weeks. We may have booked a Bravo star.
We may
It's
have
very
booked
exciting.
a Bravo star.
We might have.
A reality
Saying
star.
that we did. We might have. But since you're on the live, you get firsthand
Yeah.
information. Yes,
I
that's
could
right.
give you like one
'Cause you're
baby
our
hint.
people.
One baby
No,
hint.
don't give me.
No,
No.
You wouldn't understand. You would
We
not
need mystery.
know. Okay.
It
good.
will be the season 2 premiere. We can tell them that.
Yeah.
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 And there
Yeah.
is a season 2. I've already got the whole month booked out.
I was gonna.
We got so much stuff. We could talk about this forever. You're gonna put an Easter egg? Oh, Kat's got an Easter egg. Okay, what is it, Kat?
Well,
I
no,
trust your judgment.
I was going to do an Easter egg for the next
Do it.
the episode
Okay.
for our Bravo star, but no, don't.
You can do an Easter
Why
egg for the Bravo
not?
star. I trust your judgment. These are our people.
Yeah.
People that come to the lives. There are people.
I just said this
what's
person's from the
Easter egg?
Midwest. That's all.
Okay. I like
See
it.
Okay.
how vague that was?
It was super vague, but I feel like people could Google.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That just leaves anticipation. I like it. Okay, so we're gonna get to segments. Okay, let me go back to where I go for that. All right, first we're gonna run our trailer because it's cute. Hey, I gotta tell you, that was the best still I could get of Rosie semi-smiling because she doesn't. Like,
No.
she doesn't like through the whole thing. Every now and then she kind of would giggle, and that was the most I could get. And I was like, so we don't look awesome because I wanted to make sure Rosie did.
That's too
That's
funny.
okay. I'm right with it. I'm right with it.
Do you remember her?
Anyway,
stand-up? Yeah, she just did
anyway,
a casual smile.
I have a cold, so I blame John Carlos and the child because. But I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm tough. This is only the second time I've been sick in a year. You know. Anyway,
Right there's good.
it's good. Yeah, it is good.
I mean,
All things considering, there was like this big COVID outbreak at the Beyonce show this couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
yes.
I was negative.
Oh, I mean, it's like we all knew it was here to stay. I mean, you know, I'll get your social media coordinator. The smile still. Well, thank you, Lydia. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Lydia. Well,
she is a social media manager.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
manager. Well,
Yes.
can I just say that I'm so glad I didn't go to the Beyonce concert here in Atlanta because I really wanted to be outdoors, and
Yeah.
now I see why. I'm like,
Yeah.
okie dokie.
Honestly, even if you're outdoors, you'd still catch this crap. Like it's everywhere. It's going to be everywhere forever. Like, you know. Anyway, let's don't get into
Look.
COVID talk because I have opinions.
It is what it is.
And they're not. It is what it is. That's my opinion. Yes, it sucks, but it is what it is. Somebody,
Yeah,
but,
it
you know,
does.
they made a lot of progress. You know. Anyway.
Well,
I
yeah.
digress.
Worked its way through the population.
Yeah. I am also not to blame for your cold. I don't know what you're talking about. You are to blame. It's your fault. You gave me smooches and you had a cold. Point blank. Period. And you work with John works at does IT for a school system, so he's always around the munchkins. And so him and the boy child, they come home and bring us all the things. Like
Germy little things.
it's your fault. It's your
All the
fault.
germs. Every one of them. Every
Love
one
it.
of them. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move into segments. We're gonna be second. You ready, JT? I'm gonna do your thing. Ready? Tea time.
Okay, well,
Uh-oh.
okay. Yes. Woo. Yes.
That was lovely. We couldn't hear you. We need to add that. I love it. Hey,
Oh my
we hear you
God.
got some tea. We hear you got some tea. Drop it.
Yeah,
Drop it like it's
ladies,
hot.
look.
Drop it like
Oh, wait a minute. Wait one daggone second. I forgot.
Yeah, your microphone.
Gotta have your. I thought that was gonna be freaking Delta Barbie, and I was like, I'm gonna send you a present because I want to play with Delta Barbie.
Everybody wants to play with Delta Barbie now
because she's cool.
Because you keep talking about Delta Barbie, and I purposely haven't brought her out yet because I have people messaging me. People are messaging me.
I'm gonna mention it every time until you bring it.
And Kat Carter about Delta Barbie. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why don't you want to play with the ATLien?
Because it's not Barbie and it's not Delta, and you're the Delta Barbie. So
well,
we need to see it.
The U.S. government finally admitted that we got aliens.
Oh yeah, finally.
Nobody
after
cared.
Like 50 or 60 years.
We're like, bitch,
we're tired. We're tired. We are exhausted.
We kind of like already.
We're tired of COVID.
Right?
We're tired of it.
Bring her out. We want to see Delta Barbie. Exactly, Lydia.
Exactly. I think maybe that's why, because the ATLien, he's always here.
She
and
hides
he goes to spin classes with me and everything.
Yeah. I'm just saying that Delta Barbie, we have a Delta Barbie as a co-host for the podcast. We need to see her doll.
And all I think of is you need an AKA Barbie too now.
I do have an AKA
because when you say Delta Barbie, you can think of either a sorority or the.
I need to see you play with the dolls. I want a whole video about it. I need all the things. You're just teasing me. It's mean. I'm going to show up to your house.
Okay, so
and
I do have the Centennial, AKA Barbie.
Jeez Louise.
Yes, I do have the Delta Airlines. Oh, wait a minute. Gosh darn it. Hold on, dang.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Something's happening. What's happening?
Delta Barbie.
Okay. Here we go.
All right, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Okay. Alrighty.
It better be a Barbie. It's not.
That's
a Barbie.
Ella
Fitzgerald.
Now
that is gorgeous.
A collector, and she's an Ivy Beyond the Wall. That's what we call members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated who have transitioned, and she is an.
What did they transition to? Oh, to heaven or elsewhere?
Yeah, heaven.
Oh,
yeah.
Elsewhere.
Afterlife. All that. So, okay, so here,
but she's not Delta.
No. But that right there is Ella. Okay. Oh, and
Ella.
Yes, and I went to Target today, and I found that little Barbie tank top that I had that I wore.
Yes.
Okay, I found the t-shirt version. I got it.
I bet. So next week. Oh, no, you won't be here next week, JC.
No, I won't.
JC will not be here for the live next week. So who's going to spill the tea? We need some tea. Lydia will spill the tea. Lydia, you're in charge of tea next week. Okay. Lydia will hold the torch.
Lydia will spill the tea. Okay, wait a minute. Yes. Hold on. Okay. Oh, sugar. Okay.
Sugar.
Oh, there. Oh, sugar.
Oh, sorry. She's fine.
Okay. Okay.
We see her. It's
there.
good.
It's good. Okay. So here. Yeah. So here we go. First.
Ready? Get your. You need a drum roll with the. We need two.
Look.
I don't have mine. Although it was shot day.
Yeah. Yes. Fridays are the best shot days. Fridays are the best shot days.
Very true.
And people come for me, and they're like, no, it's.
I think you're right.
Look. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Because of exhaustion. Because of the tiredness. Yeah.
Listen, the fatigue, the freaking acidic stomach. I literally woke up, ladies, and I thought about you all because I'm like, why is my stomach just?
Because all that citrate. Quit drinking all that citrate.
I had to break it out this morning. I had to break it out.
That's why.
It was that bad.
It's the opposite for me because as a binger, I just would have heartburn and acidic stomach because I ate too much sometimes. So, since being on the Manjaro, I say it's like such a Midwesterner, Manjaro.
You do. Like even when you try not to, it still comes up Manjaro. Who knows if any of us are saying it right?
Anyway, right, exactly.
I don't know.
But since I'm not binging, like I can't, lock it down like I used to. It's been the opposite, but that's been the opposite because I've had like my neuroses.
Your new what? Your neuroses?
Neuroses.
has been alleviated.
Yes.
The binging and all that. So, but yeah,
Isn't
I
that
wonder.
amazing?
Yeah,
Okay, we have some questions. So let's do tea and then we'll go to our questions from the community because we'd like to stay
yeah.
close to the community.
Okay,
Because this is
so
community driven.
yes,
Yes.
community. Guess what?
Yes.
All right,
Guess
so
what? Tell us.
first we have to start, and Lee, who is a beloved member of our community, even had the legal documents. And
You
you
sure
know
did.
that I love when people come with receipts because because there is no refuting it then. So Lee
Yeah.
showed where there so there was a new lawsuit filed on August 4th where
Oh.
where the complainants are filing a suit against Novo Nordisk. They're filing a lawsuit against Eli Lilly, but it's mainly for semaglutide, semaglutide.
Mhm.
But the lawsuit in a nutshell is saying that the drug manufacturers did not adequately disclose the side effects from these medications. So from Wegovy, Ozempic, Mounjaro, and I'm not sure if Trulicity is in that mix, but we'll just say, those three because those are the newer ones.
Right.
So we're going to keep an eye on that because it's it's in addition to the other two that filed lawsuits about the stomach
Gastroparesis.
Gastroparesis.
gastroparesis, correct.
Yeah.
So Lee broke that information, and that was really kind of juicy. But since it was just filed at the beginning of the month, we don't know what's all going to come out of it. Novo has not made any statements. Neither has Eli Lilly. Nobody has said anything about anything. So
I mean, I just like it
There is
kills me.
commercials
Of
from
course.
Morgan and Morgan. I've seen the commercials from Morgan and Morgan. It says like, "Were you injured by
yeah.
Ozempic?"
Semaglutide?
Mhm.
Were you injured
You know
by
how he
Ozempic?
says it. Morgan and Morgan for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, for the people. Okay. Yeah. Hmm.
I follow his
Yeah.
TikTok. He's pretty
Exhaustion.
dang funny.
To exhaustion.
I agree.
I know. So we are going to keep an eye on that. The second piece of news that broke is Novo Nordisk is finally has agreed to use another manufacturer to manufacture their injection pens. So
For
the
Ozempic or just or
for
Wegovy or both?
actually for both because
Really?
well
Ooh.
yeah but
No
especially
wonder.
but especially for Wegovy, it's
Yeah.
like just a running joke now
Yeah.
of how much further can Novo Nordisk get into a shortage. I mean,
Yeah.
like really,
So bad.
even with that statement of, oh, we're shipping out the lower dosages, that whenever they make that statement, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the pipeline to get
Mhm.
filled with
Yeah.
product.
Exactly.
So, and I'm going back to my retail wholesale days with that. So just in a nutshell, that is where we are. So hopefully by September is right around the corner. We should see a dent made in the shortage for semaglutide, semaglutide, Wegovy, and Ozempic, because even people that were on Wegovy, well, the practitioners were writing the scripts for Ozempic. Well, now Ozempic is in shortage. So it's just like, it's just
I'm sorry, but they are screwing the pooch bad. Like I will say, and it's a great medication. I can't, it changed my life. I think it's wonderful. But like Manjaro, at least when they go into shortages, like it's less than a month and they're back on their feet. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
Like
It's wild.
Yeah. And they have significant issues with their pens, like, because they use the pens for Trulicity, but they're getting their shit together pretty quickly. They have a good rebound rate.
Well, Eli Lilly does have a good rebound rate, but I think because we're in the greater Atlanta area, but you still have people that are still waiting for 7.5 that had the script back in June.
Yeah.
That they're just getting it filled. Like
wow.
CVS is just contacting them saying, hey, your 7.5 is here.
Is available.
People have forgotten that they even had a 7.5 refill.
Wow, because it's been gone
Oh,
so long.
really?
Yeah.
It has been that long. So,
Hubby found his. We found his just chilling in a CVS nearby, but we couldn't get it again, but we could get it mail order. So
oh, really?
that's good. Yeah, we got mail
Okay.
order. We got 3 months mail order.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful.
That was
It's a
my
Well,
last box.
blessing.
Yeah, it is.
Blessing.
Those 3 boxes on standby is
Yeah.
such a
yeah,
convenience.
those 90-day supplies, those 90-day scripts are clutch. They are clutch. They're clutch.
Yeah.
They're clutch. And when people, ask, I know when I first asked my doctor for a 90-day script, she
Yeah.
wrote it 90 days. Well, the pharmacy was like, well, you have a 90-day script, but you have to come each month to get it. So she had to revise how she wrote it. So
Yeah.
if it's for Mounjaro, ask your provider to write
Yeah.
it as a quantity 84 or 86. That
Yeah.
is the key. So not just the 28. Ask for 84 or 86, and then you can get all 3 boxes at one time. And
Yeah.
that
It's a big difference.
Oh,
Because I mean,
it's
you
gonna be
never know in the
different.
next month there's going to be a shortage. Like if you can get it, like do
That's
that.
right.
That's why you pay for insurance. You know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And
I will follow the
Truth
rules for
goes.
insurance, but I will always maximize my benefits. You know?
look,
Yes. Now I have 90 days for
always.
That's
Wegovy.
right, Melissa.
Exactly,
Yes.
Melissa.
Yes.
Atta girl. Atta
Melissa,
girl.
definitely.
And atta boy. Atta.
Definitely. You have to get 90-day scripts. Like now,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like just to get a single box. I'm like,
Yeah.
no. Look,
Yeah.
we're not doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So next, I found Endpoint, one of my favorite publications,
Excellent.
had a article saying that Novo Nordisk is laying off 100 corporate employees.
Ooh.
And yeah, and it's
for causing the shortage.
I'm just like, what? Like really? You just couldn't let those people keep their
No,
jobs?
the ones that cause the shortage are not the ones being let go.
No.
Of course not.
No, those are the scapegoats.
Of course not. So
Yeah.
they're supposed to be let go within the next 30 to 60 days.
Yeah.
And they're corporate, which I'm just like, okay, but again, Novo Nordisk is no Eli Lilly. So we don't know.
Exactly.
But that is what Endpoint is reporting. Also, many members of the community. Next, CVS Caremark. Okay, I don't know what is going on with CVS Caremark.
Yeah.
I don't even use CVS Caremark. They are not my pharmacy benefits manager, but they're making my head spin because as of July 1, they said Mounjaro was covered with no prior authorization required and no diagnosis code required. Okay, great. Wonderful. More access for those that have CVS Caremark, right? Fast forward to about 2 weeks ago. CVS Caremark changes the whole game. Oh, now you need a prior authorization if you're not a type 2.
CVS Caremark is slowly becoming
what? Yeah. Slowly but surely, they are becoming the burning ship because so you had people go to the pharmacy for their refill and a prior authorization is required. What?
Yeah.
Of course, no notification sent, nothing. Okay. Now, fast forward from 2 weeks ago to this week. CVS Caremark is now saying, as of October 1st, that Mounjaro...
My birthday.
Are you a Scorpio?
Birthday.
You're a Scorpio?
No,
Libra.
Oh, that's right.
Libra. Yeah, so we have Virgo, me, Libra, Cat, Scorpio, Kim.
But I'm on the
back
cusp.
to back.
I'm on the cusp between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So I'm a little less evil, but basically the same.
Ask her husband. Mary. No.
I think that you're a Scorpio. Yeah. I think that you're a Scorpio. Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
Geminis are best. Ooh,
Gemini.
I mean,
No, dear
Prince
God
was a
Nobody.
Gemini. Oh, Prince was a Gemini.
Was
Yeah.
he? Oh, that doesn't shock me.
But
Yeah. Leo
Beyonce's a
here.
Virgo. Kobe Bryant was a Virgo. Michael
There are a lot of good
Jackson was a
Virgos.
Virgo. And Steve Jobs was a Virgo.
Oh, Sabrina, thank you so much for your donation.
Thanks,
Super
Sabrina.
fan. Thank you.
Look,
I'm going to send you a kiss in my little kiss wine glass.
My gosh.
My baby rosé.
extra time in your
All right.
Okay.
One more tea. We have a guest.
So-
We have a test. So
Yes.
some more tea.
So there we go. So CVS Caremark is now saying that Mounjaro will, it'll be covered, I believe, for like weight management, weight loss.
Does it?
As of October 1. So
what?
So we don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the Gale thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I have more
Yeah.
information on that. We can expand.
Oh, perfect. So, we don't know if CVS Caremark is going to change their mind again.
Yeah.
In between now and October
Probably.
1. So,
I mean, if you think about
I
it
don't
though,
know.
like here's what so Lisa popped on my live the other day because there was like all this going around the buzz. So Lisa, she was on episode 9, speculating our faces off.
I think so.
And she works in pharma, and she said that what it is or how it works is it's the national, like, I don't want to say registration because I don't think that's the right word, national registration or national formulary, but everybody's specific policy will still be in line, right? So if for some reason you have an exclusion, right, for weight loss, then they're not going to be able to write it for weight loss. Like if that's based on your policy with your company. But it still sounds like she did say it's a huge step forward that they're doing it from like a national perspective, which is interesting. But I mean, that doesn't shock me in terms of the things, but it also says that if you have a prior like history of these medications. So I will, after we finish with our guests, speculate my faces off about why I think that's so. Because I like to do that. I had Caremark as a PBM, and they're the second circle of hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had good luck with them, but it's not because it's Caremark. It's because I just have a really good plan, of a self-insured company. But like, I wouldn't say like, doing like, oh, this is so amazing. You know what I mean? But I am able to get my medicine, so I'll take it, I figure it's going to trigger a PA. I did with Ozempic, and then we had to fill out the PA, and it was accepted, and it was fine. But like now that we've done the 3 months, that seemed to be what the trigger was. We were 3 months at a time, and there was a shortage, which is okay. It's not my fault, like, anyway, I digress. What else, JT?
So that right there is pretty much it.
That's it.
I mean,
that's pretty much. That's a good week right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
I had a good plan too, but they're all.
I might have said a mistruth. Okay, so
oh,
this one actually just came out today.
Okay.
So you know how we like to be free over here on the YouTubes, right?
We do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our fellow content creator, community member, Sade Bell, she and I kind of noticed it too, but she really, today something happened.
Yeah.
If you're in TikTok and you go to the search bar where you go to like the little magnifying glass, and up in the upper right hand corner, you tap that and you're searching for Mounjaro. So you type in MOUNJ, and then TikTok will bring up what it thinks that you're searching for, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, now it doesn't even have Mounjaro. It has MOUNJOR.
So like the misspelling of it?
Yes. So
why?
Yes. So
are they trying to
really,
redirect? That's so sketch.
Wow.
So it seems like they really don't even want you looking for it. Now, when
that's
you
stupid as hell. Everything is going to change in like 2 months.
Yes. But when
not even 2, like, yeah.
Yeah. But when you type in Mounjaro, and let's just say you correct it and you're like, okay, Mounjaro, it'll bring up content, correct?
Yeah.
But normally it'll bring up some videos, and then you'll
Yeah.
have a section that has even more of what people are searching for. That those sections are gone.
Wow.
Those sections are gone.
Crazy. They
They're
clean that
gone.
up.
Yes.
Wow.
And as we
I
know,
noticed my views shoot up when I stopped hashtagging. Me too.
I agree.
Yep.
yeah,
They're definitely changing things. Yeah.
it's so like,
Yet MJ's advertising. Like Eli Lilly's advertising MJ
yes.
on TikTok.
Now
I don't see any
here,
Wegovy ads though, do you? And my
no,
Wegovy stuff is
Not
hitting
at
way
all.
more than my MJ stuff.
but here is
Same with
what
semaglutide.
I found out. So let's just say you're creating a post, correct?
Mhm.
When you type in the keyword, you type in your keywords, then you go to
Mhm.
your description, right? You go to the next phase where you're about to post it, the description.
Yeah.
If you do the @ Mounjaro, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Mine comes up where it's a business. And you
Me
know,
too.
now with TikTok, if you're tagging a business, you have to like get permission. You have to go into your settings and get permission. Mounjaro doesn't even give me the option to tap it.
Whoa.
But there was another
I tag them in
community-
comments all the time though. That must be new.
Yeah, but there's another community member that added Mounjaro and it came up. And her
That's weird.
views went through the
Maybe
roof.
Eli was trying to control the narrative for sure. Yeah.
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 So
Yep.
that's all I've got.
I mean, I don't know. Like, if you think about it, okay, I'm going to speculate later. I have a segment. I'm going to speculate on that. Remind me the two things I need to speculate on because I'll forget with all the segments.
I mean,
I have opinions. I
they're
think I
like
know why.
shutting it down.
Yeah.
And so,
And you know why I think that is, JT? Because they're going to
Why?
launch a new brand and they don't want you talking about weight loss Mounjaro anymore.
It's been bubbling. It's been at the surface for like the last year, right?
Yep.
I think that it's
studies.
reached a fever pitch. I think that Mounjaro will still have, I mean, it's still going to have the indication for type 2 diabetes. The new indication when it gets the weight management, obesity indication, I think that maybe some of these reins will be let up because right now it is a true silencing campaign over on TikTok because Mounjaro has reached a fever pitch. This time last year, it was Ozempic. This year, it's Mounjaro because now, if even 6 months ago, a lot of people really didn't know about it. Everything was Ozempic, Wegovy, Ozempic, Wegovy. Now,
hardly any Wegovy when I started, and nothing was Saxenda. Nothing was Saxenda. Yeah.
But now,
or Victoza.
You're seeing the whole rainbow of
Whole rainbow.
GLP-1s because, because you've got providers that are now saying, well, if you can't get Mounjaro and you were on the OG, the original savings card, try to get Trulicity. That's a good maintenance.
Because it's step therapy. Yeah, because they're trying to get them to do step therapy. Do you think the government getting involved in TikTok has something? Yeah, because they're trying to control it. Yeah, I mean, that, have you noticed, like, really TikTok has exploded in terms of revenue and being incredibly Americanized since those hearings. You remember? Like, I mean, think about TikTok Shop, like, and the businesses, like it's not just people that were like, hawking stuff, like with little bitty businesses doing little bitty things. We're talking like boutiques, busting with Judy Blues. Like, it is a full-fledged revenue American machine. And then they moved over that stuff. Remember, they were going to have like a special siloed like area where all the data was going to be stored, like in Texas or something. Remember that?
Yeah.
I wonder if that operation actually happened. I don't know when it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Y'all know I'll just run off of the mouth about this, and it's pure speculation. I have no idea what I'm doing.
But that's
like
what
I have.
So
cool.
And,
that's some good tea. That's some good tea.
You just may need to be careful, but I'm seeing a lot of the newbies, especially the ones that have just crossed 1,000. Bless their hearts, they're so excited, and they're posting. They're sorry, but
Listen, mine's kind of
JT.
low too, but I got to start, anyway.
You don't do
know
nothing,
why.
Kat.
I do daily posts. Today I was
Oh.
not, because I was flipping my phone.
Oh
I get it.
gosh, yes.
Having a good
Well, I
time.
was doing
Okay.
running around, but
Piping hot tea.
like
That's right.
I mean, but I think it's interesting how some people can do injection videos and not get flagged.
Yeah, I can't.
That's fly under the radar. I'll keep doing that.
Keep doing them. And like Kat, if I can
Yeah.
send people like in our lives who are like, I'm scared and I don't know what to do, I'll be like, go to Kat.
And I
She's
work
got
out
it all.
after I
Can you
take 'em.
pin them? Like if you can pin them to
Yeah.
the top and I'll go and watch the injection videos. Like, because that's a problem is that's why
Oh,
people quit being
gosh.
I
scared
work out right
because
after
they
them.
could see somebody doing, they're like, oh, that doesn't look like a big deal. Like
Yeah.
it's way different, just like it is with like selling jeans and stuff. It's way different when you see an actual human doing something in front of you that's normal and average, as opposed to like a model trying on jeans. It's not even your body type. It's the same thing with the shots. You can go and look at people on their website or like animations or whatever, but at the end of the day, seeing someone that looks like you makes you less scared,
But she go,
Me.
yes,
Newbie. Hey, newbie.
That's the
Hey,
newbie.
newbie.
We
I love newbies. I love newbies.
We are so proud of
It's
you
my favorite.
for reaching.
That's why I do the lives
1,000.
for the newbies. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes. And
They need help.
there's a slew of newbies. And they even said today in your live, they're like, we learn more on here than we do from our doctors.
Yeah, because but we know what we know. We know not just because we take the medications, but because we talk with our doctors, and we have so many good doctors. That are specialists on TikTok.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, like Bourbon isn't a specialist, but he made it a point to learn what he needed to learn, and that's what every NP, GP, whatever should be doing. PA, learn, get
everything.
Yeah.
So
I'm so tired of hearing about chickens. Okay, that was good tea. Okay, great. So I love it. That was some good stuff, JT. Thank you.
Thank you.
The tea for JT. These providers in the world don't set the bar high. Indeed, I know it's so sad. They've got to fix it. Okay, so we have our next segment, which is our community guest. Ready? Welcome, Susan. Officially Susan. I love it so much.
I love that.
Hi.
Howdy from Texas.
Howdy. It's so nice to have you.
It's hotter than the devil's rear end here.
Yeah. I bet it is. Good God. I mean, it's hot here too, because I think the humidity makes it kind of bad. But is Texas humid? I've been there a few times.
It depends where you are in Texas. Right. If you're in Houston,
San Antonio
you're in the armpit of Texas.
Oh, the armpit.
The armpit. Okay.
I am in Austin.
Is San Antonio like the leg pit, or is it like swamp ass?
San Antonio is pretty medium. It has just enough humidity, and it's about an hour and a half south of where I live. So a bit, the closer you live to the Gulf of Mexico, for obvious reasons, it's going to be more humid. I'm in Central Texas, like right smack in the middle.
Yeah, right in the middle. Okay, cool. Well, hey, listen. So, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
We got all this stuff started, where we were having. It was really important for us to have community members tell their story unfiltered and uncut, because we were tired of the media taking and spinning it and fitting in their little bitty segments, a little bitty time, and it's just really disrespectful to the life-changing experience people are having, And so we were going to evangelize, and that's what we do with the podcast. But we only could do it every week because we have day jobs. You know what I mean? And it's very much community driven. We're only able to do it because everybody pitches in. It's very open source. So it's, I think that as we started going through this, I was telling hubby as it started to kind of explode. I was like, we don't know I don't know what to do, because there's so many people that want to come on and I want to give them all space, but how can I do that? And he's like, well, you need to have lives on YouTube. So we're so glad that you can join us, because now we can get more people be able to tell their story, more people to learn that they're not alone. It's not their fault. And there's help out there, everything I've learned as you one has come from you guys.
Opportunity.
Oh, that's so great.
Oh, Sabrina.
Yeah.
We're so glad to have you.
TikTok in general goes along with that, is that I was listening to y'all before I came in, and you were talking about everyone learning about our doctor experiences, and I feel like that's because collectively, when we're putting all of our doctor experiences together, we're noticing some trends and patterns.
Yes.
And that in turn helps everybody else, because if more than one doctor is saying it, it makes us feel more comfortable with what our doctor is telling us if they're telling us the same thing. Because I feel like we all know our doctors for a long time didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So when it came to weight
Some
loss,
of them still don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
many.
I think a lot of them haven't caught up yet.
No, it's sad. Boom, hubby to the rescue, hubby says. My hubby's in the audience. Well, that's awesome. So we would love for you to take the space and tell your story unfiltered and uncut.
Oh, great. Thanks. Yeah. Well, like I think a lot of people who I've noticed on GLP-1 TikTok community, I was the chubby kid. I wasn't really fat, but I am 5'10". So you can imagine as a child, I was at least a head and a half taller than everybody else, which if I'm a head and a half taller, I'm also wider in general. Some people are just string beans. I was not. But looking back on pictures, I was just a little fluffy, but I really wasn't that big. But again, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I'm 54 years old. So I grew up in that generation where just a little bit of extra weight and you got made fun of. And it didn't help that my very best friend, who I met when I was 6 years old, we were in first grade, we're still best friends. She's actually my neighbor now. So, well, she was my neighbor then, but we're neighbors again as adults. She was like a string bean. She was one of those people that could eat and eat and eat. Dr. Pepper, Taco Bell, just you name it. She could eat whatever she wanted. And I just sit next to her and smell her food, and I gain all the weight. And I struggled throughout my teenage life. And my mom, because we're in Texas, my mom would get together with some of her country club friends, and they would drive down across the border in Matamoros and go to the pharmacias and purchase Mexican diet pills. I don't know what was in those. No clue to this day. I wish I would like find one in a box and it'd be like, let's take it in for analysis. It was probably just straight up speed. Who knows what it was? But I was taking that as a teenager. Taking it as a teenager, and I was really only about maybe 10 or 15 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
So but like it was unbelievable that I look back on it now and I'm like, my mom was bringing over, and she would sell them to her country club friends and her social circles.
Wow.
The moms were giving them to their teenage daughters, and we were, giving them to friends at school, and insane.
Diet culture. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, the diet culture.
80s diet culture.
It's generational too.
It's awful.
We had Jane Fonda workouts and Susan Powder. Do you guys remember her?
Austin. I do remember her nutty self.
Susan Powder was the one that sold us that we just needed to
stop
eat
the insanity. Yeah.
Remember? We just would eat the bagels.
Ooh,
Forget
I like
about
that
the
plan.
fat.
That was like low fat.
And then we all got really fat because we were stuffing ourselves with carbs.
Snackwell's cookies.
Do you guys remember her? Susan Powder?
I do. She had a really short blonde hair.
WTER. Yeah, really short, like a pixie haircut, spiky.
Oh, yeah.
Insanity.
Kind of a rough,
I remember.
cigarette sounding voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went through all of that. But then my mom passed away when I was 20. And for a couple of years, I was in denial that she was gone, and then and I just kind of partied, super party girl, had a great time. And then I started to like slow down from that and realized she's not coming back. But then I started eating my emotions. And that is when I first became obese. I gained about 60 pounds in the first like 9 to 12 months after like coming out of that, denial that she was still here. And then gradually all through my 20s, I just started getting higher and higher. Then when I was 29, I had gotten up to 285 and I thought, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So I started seeking out a doctor for some sort of stomach stapling. That's what it was. That was 1999. And then I turned 30 and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it. So when I was 30 years old, 1999, I had vertical banded gastroplasty, which is basically getting your stomach stapled. It's the precursor to the pouch. What are they? The sleeve or the
lap band? The lap band?
The lap band, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But mine was an open surgery because it was right when laparoscopic was coming out and not everybody was doing it. So I have a huge scar from just below my bra line all the way down to my belly button. Huge, like railroad track scar.
Wow.
I mean, I don't even really notice it anymore, but it was quite painful to go through that and just be split open. But I lost 100 pounds. I was working out. I was doing great. And I was eating very, very limited because, so basically it's like your stomach is here. And then there's like a row of vertical staples and then a little band. So that creates a pouch. So I had to chew my food to the consistency of baby food, really mushy, so that it would go down through the band. And if I didn't, it would get clogged and then I would vomit. It was awful.
The lap band's a lot like that too. I have that.
I think that's basically why I think that's why people do the sleeve now, because it's because of the vomiting.
Yes.
So you're not supposed to get pregnant at least a year and a half after you have the surgery. Well, I met my husband and we got married and had a baby a year and a half, like exactly a year and a half after my surgery, I got pregnant and I had hyperemesis gravidarum. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. No. That is basically like the worst kind of morning sickness you can have. And it is, if I was awake, I was throwing up, I was nauseous, trying not to throw up, or I was dry heaving. It was horrible. And before like the mid-century, like modern medicine, and women used to die from it, from dehydration. Because it's basically like, imagine your worst symptoms when you're on Mounjaro and you're like super nauseous and you're like, I don't want to eat anything. Nothing. I cannot put anything. I don't want to drink. I don't want to eat nothing. Like the most intense that you've ever felt. That's how it is. But it's every waking hour. If my eyes were open and I was awake, it was the whole, from about the time the heartbeat started all the way until after I delivered.
Oh, Susan, I'm so sorry.
And then I had another surprise baby right after that.
Oh,
so
God.
All of that, I know. So I also had hyperemesis gravidarum.
Oh, God, twice?
Yes, girls. You know what? It's more common when you have girls.
Oh, wow.
Because
really?
Never knew that.
Dear God.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So my first doctor kind of gaslit me when I would go in there and say I was feeling nauseous. Oh, eat some ginger snaps, drink some ginger ale, whatever. Would not give me any medication. So I switched doctors. And the second doctor finally gave me some medication to help me, Zofran, to help me with the nausea, which when you have a 1-year-old baby and you're, sick like that, you have to be able to function or else, who's going to watch?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
But it was basically too late at that point because all that surgery I had with the vertical banded gastroplasty, I had created hernias within my staples. So the because of all the like convulsing of my stomach and like, pushing food out, it had popped some of my staples and I didn't know it. So from all the way till 2012. So I got pregnant in 2001 and it wasn't until 2012 I started having it and clearing my throat all the time, constantly. And I always felt like I had a lump in my throat. And I went to the doctor and they did a biopsy and I had the beginning stages of what's called Barrett's syndrome. And Barrett's syndrome is when you have really bad acid reflux, or a lot of bulimics will get it. It's from vomiting a lot of times because the acids from your stomach start to change the cells of your esophagus. And when you have any kind of cell change, you're at risk for cancer. So they said, because of the risk of cancer, we're going to go in and give you, I didn't have any kind of copay at all. They just did the revision surgery for me. So then in 2012, I had a gastric bypass, which was a revision in order to correct all the damage that was done to my stomach from the 1999 surgery. Well, at that point, when I had that surgery, I had gotten all the way up to 321 pounds. And I was miserable, so miserable. It hurt to walk upstairs. I was uncomfortable. And because of my surgery, I really couldn't eat that much. Yeah. So like, why am I eating hardly anything? And I'm just getting fatter and fatter and fatter. It was just mind boggling. So then I got down to about where I am now after my gastric bypass. And then I slowly, from 2012, started creeping back up again. And as of last year, I was up to 300 again. And so I went to my doctor in May of 22, and she said, they're coming out with this new medication, and it's called Mounjaro, and I want you to try it. Because I had type 2 diabetes that I had been pre-diabetes that I had been struggling with using keto and intermittent fasting and all that stuff. From about 2017 is when we first noticed it. So from 2017 until 22, she's like, you still are pre-diabetic. Doesn't matter what you're doing, keto, low carb, whatever. And with my gastric bypass, I can't eat high fat. I can't eat high sugar, or have something that's called dumping syndrome. Okay. It's literally what it sounds like it is.
Sounds like, yeah.
Like the worst kind of like stomach virus you can have. It lasts for about 20 minutes, but it just overwhelms you, and it's very uncomfortable. And it's because of the gastric bypass. Had I had access to Mounjaro before I had thought about these surgeries, I would never have had any of these surgeries.
Yeah.
But, alcohol affects me differently now because when you have gastric bypass, they reattach your stomach to your large intestines. It skips your small intestines completely. And so if I drink just like a half a glass of wine, I am gone. And again, I'm 5'10". So for me to be such a lightweight, I just don't even drink anymore. It affects me differently now.
Yeah.
But I was hesitant to take an injection. I was like, if I start this, she's like, if you start this, you're going to have to be on it probably for the rest of your life. And I was really worried about having to take an injection forever. And so I put it off, and my oldest daughter got married last year. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take phentermine. I lost about 20 pounds on phentermine from May until October. Well, all the way until I started on Mounjaro in February, but it was still kind of like this, even though it was like very slowly down. And then I guess I want to say late October, early November, I started seeing people's injection videos, which you guys mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm not one to be afraid of needles. Like I watch them stick it in my arm to take my blood. I'm like, it doesn't bother me. So I don't know why I'm so scared of it. It doesn't really bother me.
It makes noise. That's my thing.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I guess it does. Like, when I saw people injecting themselves, I was like, that looks like nothing. What was I so scared of? So then I started the process. I went back to my doctor, and she had actually left the practice. So I was like, well, now what am I going to do? So I ended up going to a telemed. And so I got the prescription in January, but I didn't start it in February. So I started in February. And I've lost 63 pounds since February. And I'm on 10 milligrams now. Thank you. Thank you. I feel so much better. I feel like a normal person. The food noise.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed.
Right.
Until I was on, and I didn't even hear anybody talk about food noise.
Yeah.
Until after it disappeared. I was like, gosh, I feel so different. Like this, I couldn't
what is this?
On what it was.
Right.
And then someone said food noise. And I was like, food? That's exactly what it is. Like constantly, I'm not thinking about food, but it's like just nourishment on the brain, like constantly. So, but I feel like a much better person now. And I'm trying to get, my husband is working on his blood pressure, and he's probably going to be starting GLP-1 soon too. He had started the retatrutide study.
Really?
Oh, wow.
But he got in and his blood pressure was too high. And so they said,
Okay.
bring your blood pressure down and check again in 3 months. But I don't know. He may just skip it because he doesn't know if he's going to get a placebo or not. And I'm like, you need to get the weight off. You can't risk 30% of the people in the study will be getting a placebo. And
30%.
It's a pill.
Wow.
It's not an injection. This particular study is for cardiovascular patients, and it's a pill. Not the injection.
Wow.
Which we all know.
They're already doing one for cardiovascular. That's how.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
He was about to start it. I think October 1st was when he was going to get his first medicine.
Yeah.
So if anybody out there has cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, hypertension, anything like that, go to the Eli Lilly website. That's how I found it. And just call, look up your nearest doctor and, see if you qualify. So they went in, they did his blood work, and they were like, no, you don't qualify. You've got to get your blood pressure down. So
and you're like, that's the point, ding dongs. Don't give me this a placebo. That's probably what it is. I bet it's an ethical thing. I bet You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
Well, his blood pressure was high. It was, I want to say it was like 185 over 114.
Whoa.
It was really like they actually told him to go to the ER. So we had to go to the ER.
What
It was high.
Yeah.
They gave him some baby aspirin and they sent him home with a prescription for lisinopril. And
The ER, I swear, is freaking useless unless your like foot's falling off.
Yeah. Well, and then we went in there.
His blood pressure was insane.
The ER nurse was like, this blood pressure is not really that high compared to what we're used to seeing in the ER. I was like, okay, well, our doctor said so.
And
like, what are you seeing? If 185 over 114 is low for what you're seeing, what else do you see?
Wow. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to Google that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when people say stupid stuff like that. It's like
maybe they wanted you to feel better.
You're a
maybe
nurse,
they wanted like ease or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I almost felt like we were like, why did we even come here? Like we could have just gone to our doctor and gotten.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a huge bill and it's like he has a baby.
I know. Well, at least he didn't go with an ambulance, you know.
Yeah. Right.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. But yeah,
well,
I think we're going to get him started. His doctor's got to get his blood work next week and then results from blood work. And then we'll talk about GLP-1s with his doctor too. So I'm hoping to help him. He's, I think 346. He's 6'5".
Yeah. Oh, wow.
He's actually a former NC2A champion swimmer. So,
nice. Fancy.
Physique back.
Yeah.
Back too.
We can only hope, right?
Michael Phelps, hello.
Yeah, that's so cool. My husband is taking Manjaro too, but he's at 7.5, so he's kind of just getting started. But he did pretty good on Ozempic for a little while. But it's interesting, and I was going to ask you if you're open to questions. Can I ask you some? Okay. Sure. So, do your kids struggle with weight?
So, yes and no. So my stepdaughter really struggles with weight. When I met her, she was 8 years old and she was already very obese for her age. Yeah. And it was at the time, it would have been like about 2000, year 2000. So there weren't really a lot of, clothes that an 8-year-old could wear in the women's department. And that's what size she was. She was about a size 14. And now she's tall too. Her dad's 6'5", so she's was a tall child. And even in elementary school, taller than some of her teachers. But she was obese and wearing a size 14, and so, I felt really sorry for her. I really did. Yeah. But the trauma that I had from my, the 1980s diet culture was transferred onto her. Same thing with my husband. We both had this idea of eat less, move more, and so we transferred that onto her. And when she was eating less and moving more, she was on the swim team, and even being overweight, she was still, doing really well on the swim team. But as soon as she quit the swim team, it all, packed on. And now, if I had to take a guess, she's in the not upper 300s, but above 300. Because I've been there before and I know what size she is and I know how
for sure.
I weighed when I was.
We can usually tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I've been trying. She got a prescription for Wegovy, but she couldn't find it anywhere. I called all around.
Wegovy's so good though. It's really good.
Yeah. And she lives in Dallas and she's called all around Dallas and she couldn't find it.
What about in the outskirts? Has she tried that? We hear a lot of people say
no, I think she's going to
go on the outskirts.
Yeah. I think they're going to be coming. It's going to be available here pretty soon, I think. So I'm hoping that she gets to try it out because I know she struggles with that food noise. She has to.
Of course. Yes.
Every time, I know she's thinking about food all the time. And, I understand how that feels. Now I know better and I know, I know better about myself. So therefore I'm able to, talk to her about
that's nice
this as well. So tough.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Her mom died at the same age I was when my mom died.
Oh,
so yeah, and after her mom died, her weight started going up too. So
of course, that trauma—that's a big thing, especially when you're young. Wegovy lower doses right now are very, very rare. Exactly, Janine. Weren't they saying maybe September, October? Yeah, that is what they were saying. I don't know about October. I kind of remember that in one of your news, JT, about September, October.
I think they told her October, her pharmacy.
My sister found it, but then, and started. and was having great success on 0.25 of
Mhm.
Wegovy. And then great success. And then was going to go up to 0.5 and she can't find 0.25. She can't find 0.5. She did the hospital pharmacy trick, which I guess we told everybody to do now, which is kind of
right.
That's the only thing we haven't tried, but I've been
Amazon has the 0.5.
Compound.
Yeah.
She doesn't pay for it out of pocket. She wants her
for
insurance
sure.
to pay for it.
Rhea, you saw 0.5 Wegovy? Because I checked today and that on Amazon, but it changes constantly. Was it recently? Because she could do 0.5. I'll have to look. Let me know if it's still there.
Yeah, her doctor wrote her 2 prescriptions because I don't know how is it 0.25? Is that how it goes? Like, I don't know how they're.
It's 0.25 and then 0.5
and then 0.5
and then 1.
So yeah, he wrote her a second one just in case she could find the 5. So I'll let her know to check Amazon.
Yeah. I checked today, but I'm sure it changes hourly, for God's sakes, the way things are. It's like you'll look at the FDA saying, and they'll be like, nothing for 500 years. And it'll be like, just kidding, back in stock, intermittent, and it's like, I don't even know what to, you just got to keep
they called her and they said, we have 5 in, but your doctor has to rewrite the prescription. He did do something different to the prescription to make it work or whatever. I don't think she got to her doctor in time before the Wegovy was already given to somebody else.
Dang.
It was like a Friday afternoon or something. It's like, sure, how are you going to talk to your doctor all weekend?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
She has PCOS too. So that's been a struggle for her as well.
Yeah. I can't help but wonder, is it like, and I need to ask doctors this more, especially if we can get an OB or, OBGYN, if we can get one of those on there that talks about PCOS, or I don't even know if that would be the specialist, but like, I want to know, like, is it insulin resistance that starts and then the PCOS, or is the PCOS cause the insulin resistance, which causes the obesity? Like, what came first, chicken or the egg? I don't know.
Right.
That's a really good question. Yeah, you definitely should ask.
I wonder.
Doctor about that.
Rhea says they say it's being shipped. Oh, I will believe it when I get here. Yes.
Right.
Stocking my order. Like, I bet you are, but you're like, is it coming?
My oldest daughter also has PCOS, and she was an athlete. She was a rower. She rowed all throughout high school and some of college. And now that she stopped rowing, she's kind of struggling, on the diet train. And, but she has PCOS as well. I don't think that I have it, but it must be coming from their dad.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I do. Especially now that like I'm on the 12.5 and I feel my hormones changing. Like, I know we have some gentlemen here, but like things are happening that I probably should have always happened, and they're working like they should. And it's freaking me out.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I started going through perimenopause, and I think that made it worse for me, even though I was on keto and I was mostly gluten-free, very rarely ate gluten.
Yeah.
I was still gaining weight. I just couldn't. And it hasn't, even starving myself on phentermine, I wasn't losing weight. It wasn't until I was on the Mounjaro and I started, I was using the Carb Manager app, and I was tracking all of my macros, my, calories, fat, carbs, protein, all of that, water, and still wasn't losing any weight. And I'm literally doing the exact same thing I was doing before I was on Mounjaro. I started Pilates, reformer Pilates in August of 2020. And I do Pilates every day. In fact, I'm in the teacher certification program right now. So I'm hoping to be able to teach Pilates in about a year. I should be done with my certification. So I love it. It's the exercise for people who hate exercise.
Yeah.
You're basically
might be for you, Janine.
Might be for me too.
Have y'all heard of reformer Pilates before?
Yes. You're
basically laying on your back, and you're just using a pulley system, and you stand
Hell
up.
yeah, that sounds great.
On the mat,
is it expensive?
Unfortunately, it is.
It can be.
So you have to have like a machine or something.
Well, you have to belong to a club or own your own machine. The machines are not cheap.
Clubs.
When I start teaching, I want to have my own machine, which is about $4,000 to $5,000.
Holy snap.
Oh,
but if you start a business, you can expense it.
Right.
That's what I hear. We'll see.
It's a write-off. What's that Schitt's Creek saying with David where he says, like, it's a write-off? Do you even know what a write-off is, David?
It is.
You guys watch that show?
Exactly, David.
I
love Schitt's Creek. It's so
But
good.
I love to work out. I do. It's just now it's just different because my doctor is like, you don't need to do the high intensity anymore. So
you can do mat Pilates. There's free YouTube videos all over the place.
Yeah,
you
YouTube
just need a
workouts
yoga mat
everywhere.
and your own body because you're just working.
Can you do it on your bed?
Sure.
Yes, I've seen the advertisements for like bed yoga and stuff like that.
I like it. There's a bed yoga. Genius.
Pilates can be modified for any body.
Yeah, for any fitness level.
I love it.
Any point of recovery, of any sort of thing. Yeah.
It really can. I was going to the chiropractor every other week until I started Pilates. I have not been back since I started.
Cool.
Okay.
Are you still gluten-free now?
Mostly.
Yeah. I
ate some gluten last week and I was I made a video about it. I was so bloated. I had some pizza. I was so uncomfortable. My stomach was just like so angry at me. Like it was so bad.
Yeah.
Right.
I have that problem too, but I had such a hard time staying gluten-free before this medication. And now it's like I've maybe screwed up 3 times in a year. And that's huge. And honestly, both times were Cheddar Bay biscuits. So
well, I mean, if you're going to give it up for something, you might as well give it up for Cheddar Bay.
High quality.
Look,
once a hot dog and Cheddar Bay biscuits. Those were the times in a year.
In the words of my grandmother, there's no need to waste a sin. So you might as well just
might as well do it.
If you eat gluten with protein, it helps. Not have as much. Yeah, I started having a physical rash reaction to gluten. I'm a retired kindergarten teacher, and
I have a rash too.
I want to say 2017. I started at the end of the school year is so stressful for teachers, and I'm sorry, but I was buying pizza for my family every single night. Every night.
I mean, did they eat? It was fine then.
Teenagers, are you kidding me? They ate it every night. They didn't care.
They're fine.
But I was eating it too.
They took a bath. They ate some pizza.
And about 5 days later, I started breaking out in a rash, all over my neck and the back of my scalp. And I was like, what is going on? And one of my coworkers was like, and it was on my fingertips too. And one of my coworkers was like, you're allergic to gluten. And I was like, that's BS. Complete BS. That whole gluten stuff is nonsense. And she's like, just try it. And I was like, fine, I'll go gluten-free. Gluten-free for 2 weeks. I lost 10 pounds. My joints didn't hurt anymore. I was like, well, guess what? Gluten is a thing.
Gluten-free. Yep.
Okay.
Well, that's what they do. They remove things from your diet. And I had that same experience. My sister was struggling with it and she told me, hey, you should try it. Same like your friend did. And then I tried it. And I do feel like I'm even more sensitive to it now that I've had it removed from my diet. So when I do get it, I itch and I get a rash and my stomach hurts. It's like I get skin things. It's awful. Yeah. And it's awful because everything is delicious. Yeah, it happens it's like an allergic rash. Yeah, it's awful.
Well, I mean, you all are talking about skin stuff, and now I'm having skin sensitivity.
Are you? Is that where you did your injection?
No, look, no, it is the strangest thing because I think I'm one of the few people that consistently has skin sensitivity, and I'm not sure, Susan, if you've had that, Kat or Kim, and it's always my arms. Or it's my thighs.
Yeah.
I have a spot on my back that is on
really?
my shoulder, and it tingles and it's weird.
I really feel like all of this is the fault of food. The crap in our food, I swear. I don't know. It's
I never had it until I started taking
Yeah.
Did you give yourself an injection in the arm? Or
no. I actually did my injection because today's shot day. I did it underneath of my belly button.
Oh, you did? Look at you branching. You're not usually a belly button girl.
She rotates her injection sites. But yeah, I mean, like literally right now, I feel it right here. And it's just a tingling. It's like, I'm like, sorry.
Well, when I took the 12.5 coming in hot on the 2.4 of Wegovy, and I came in starting at 12.5, I literally felt like my skin was vibrating. And I think it was just because a 12.5. Wow. That was intense. But I came on from Wegovy 2.4.
That's a big jump. What was the reason for the big jump?
I don't want to scare the newbies. I'm sorry, newbies.
Listen,
I have not had but one little
It's all
reaction
worth it.
because I had steak, and I am full. I am on a everything diet.
Oh
So
yeah.
You had
Yeah,
steak
I'm on what I want diet.
at your
Plus
stomach?
I
protein.
mean,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I don't have an
12.5,
aversion to
12.1,
gluten
too hard for
that I
Kim.
know of.
That's right, Lydia.
It was 12.5
Yes.
inches for too hard for Kim.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was that was scary. I remember making a TikTok going, "Help." 'Cause I was like, "Help." And everybody was like freaking out. Like I meant it. I didn't realize it was gonna scare people so bad. And I was like, all right, I'm taking it down. But I was like, something happened. I'm vibrating and I'm stuck with it for a week. Help. And everybody was like, Kim. And like it was nothing like it's gonna be okay. It was like, what are you doing? Taking 12.5. And I was like,
That
oh
was
no. But
what was your
it was
doctor's
weird.
reason for doing that?
They said it was the most comparable to 2.4. You know, like there is no apples to apples. So I went back the next day and I was like, you better call me in a 10 and do it now. And they're like, all right. So then I went and got the 10 and then I was fine after that. Now I'm 12.5 again. I'm good. But like, I think I was on
that was a
Wegovy.
bit
Like it was the
much.
mix. It was just too much.
Because they're not the same medicine.
No, not even close. Not even
I
close.
mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
there
there is no
most
comparable.
comparable. Yeah, I think that was like but I remember at the time I was like, that seems high. And they were like, if you want to do 10, we could do 10. And I should have just followed my gut and done 10 because it'd have been just fine. But it's fine. Everything worked out. And my skin does not vibrate anymore. It was only that 1 week. And it was only for like 2 days, which was weird, you know. But it was all worth it.
Mine is
Anyway.
What are you guys doing for your are y'all having any loose skin or y'all doing anything to help with that or
muscle?
No. No.
No?
Cat's
Muscle
like
and coconut
exercise,
oil.
muscle, coconut oil. She
oil?
swears by
I'm
coconut
like-
oil. Yeah.
Coconut oil. I swear by it.
I have so
love
much.
it.
Like at this point,
Yeah.
it's just loose fat. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not loose skin. I've got at least another 60 pounds to lose. Like it's
Right.
not.
Same.
So
But
when
put
it's
the
loose
muscle on
skin,
while
I'll
you're
work.
doing it.
You know?
No.
I don't know.
Let me get on my
I
soapbox.
have a feeling I'm gonna probably have to get my arms done at some
I
point.
got
But
some arm situation. Yeah, my arms are rough. Yeah.
it's generational. Like it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
My grandmother had giant arms too. Like
Look at
she
that.
also
Look
struggled
at
with
that.
it.
See, but then you see the sag. The sag doesn't sag as much.
It's too bad it doesn't go the other way, right? Like
right? Yeah, right. That'd be great.
I mean,
the cat works out.
That's
She's got
a
some
good
guns.
injection site, Cat.
Pretty-
I mean, you know, all
Right
of
up
that
here?
arm right there. Woo,
My
girl.
wings. Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
like,
See, I've always had loose butt skin. I don't know, like ever since I was like 40. And I'm like, what happened to what was back there?
Well, I will say that Pilates has helped prevent squats. Pilates has helped a lot with my butt.
Yeah.
Because my
Really?
I kind of have flat butt.
Oh yeah, I heard.
I have
Pilates
no
really,
Manjaro
really
butt.
forms up.
My butt is giant. I don't think I'm ever gonna have that problem. I've always been like this though. Like y'all see my booty now. I'm not gonna lie, it look cute in my jeans. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure that's why I'm selling them because people are like, "Oh, my booty look like that." No, this is all.
Okay, so I have a
Lord.
personal question for you guys.
Okay.
Are any of you guys in perimenopause or menopause?
I
JT.
don't know yet.
Okay. Okay. So are you in
I'm still-
peri or
I'm still
menopause?
rolling.
I believe that I'm probably at the beginning stages of menopause.
As menopause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I was 42, my doctor gave me the Marina IUD because I was like, fluctuating with my periods or whatever. And of course, that's when you start gaining weight, when you start hitting that your periods start skipping periods. And I was like, oh God, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pregnant at the age of 42. No, thank you.
Yeah.
My kids are almost grown.
Yeah.
And so I feel like this medication, I heard y'all mention a Bravo person. And there's another person on Bravo, a Real Housewife. I doubt this is a person that you have on, but Erica Jane on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Everyone's saying that she's on Ozempic. Maybe she is. I don't know. But I will say that I am being treated. The doctor said that using a GLP-1 medication when you are in menopause helps with the symptoms. So I'm using the progesterone in the Marina IUD, and it's technically GLP-1 is a hormonal type treatment.
Right.
So it's you're on a hormonal treatment.
It's a synthetic hormone. Yeah.
So GLP-1,
It definitely
Mounjaro
helps.
and progesterone, and I'm good. She's like, should
I'm
we take
really
her
hoping I
and
can
was like,
avoid
let's
that.
not, don't fix it if it ain't broke. Let's
no,
Yeah.
don't mess with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
When
not
you
fair
start
menopause,
not recognizing yourself and the things that you say and the things, has that happened to you, Janine? Where like your personality, your moods are swinging or?
Well, yet the mood swings are much better now. They're not as severe. And I found that I don't have the brain fog like I used to.
And you think that the Mounjaro is helping with that?
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
Same. I feel so much more clear-headed.
Yeah.
And the hot flashes have diminished significantly.
Yeah. I haven't had one at all since being on Mounjaro.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I mean, like,
gosh, this medicine is crazy.
This time
it's
last
so
year,
fascinating.
I was going to combust. So
yeah. I think that the menopausal community gets left out of the conversation a lot.
We have an episode on menopause coming up. Don't worry.
Oh, that's great.
We do.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
who's
going to be your guest? Do you know?
Katie. You know Katie?
No, I don't know.
Do you know Katie? You don't know Katie? I'll send you.
I probably do. I'm terrible.
You probably do. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also like very basic. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be like Kim, Katie, Susan, like,
right. I know.
Like, there's several Susans in our community. So
I know.
I bet you know her. I bet you do. Yeah.
I'm officially Susan because my name is the same as a celebrity. So
is it?
Yes.
Wow.
It's not like a big giant celebrity, but it's Susan Olsen from the Brady Bunch, Cindy Brady.
Oh yeah.
And so I was on with my regular name on Instagram and I was getting people messaging me in my DMs all the time. Like, oh, I love you.
Funny.
I'm such a fan.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like,
oh, wow.
I understand I have blonde curly hair, but I'm not the youngest one in curls.
Yeah.
I don't have a lisp. It's like the way that I speak is a lot different too. So
you should have been Susan Glass. Susan Glass. That'd be good.
I do too, Melissa.
Bang. Yes. Susan Bang. That's who I am. Susan Bang.
Yeah. That's it. Awesome. But yeah, we're gonna have a menopause episode. We needed to talk about it.
Great, because
I have an obesity specialist, but I would love to have like an OB that is an obesity specialist. And I happen to know one, but she won't come on. So that's it. Yeah. Maybe, and she also had obesity and takes a GLP-1. Like she'd be perfect, but would
she answer like some questions like from the community?
She probably would,
like anonymously.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You say, look, I won't say your name, and I'll answer these questions, and you know. I would
first she was like, I'll come on, but like I don't want my name because she's had like haters and stuff, and I was like,
yeah, I can understand, and
I was like, well, I don't want
people just want to sue doctors because they think they're rich.
Why? Yes.
And I think they're on the take and all that stuff. You know what especially like with doing this work, you realize like how frustrating and maddening it is for providers as well with insurance.
Yeah.
Yes. We've learned so much about like, and it makes sense because they make it such hell. It makes sense why, these GPs, they're turning people down. Oh, you don't want that. Oh, yeah. Because you don't want to have to do all the PAs and the appeals and all the crap that comes with it because it sucks. I mean, it does suck.
Want to have to advocate for their patients.
Yeah. Since I lost weight lifting things, doesn't make me feel like I'm having a heart attack. So yeah. I just find I like getting up and going around. You know what I mean? Just usually I would like, oh, I'm gonna let all the trash pile up and take it all out at once. And no, I just take it out. I just crowd all, and then I do it again 30 minutes. Like I just,
the procrastination has slowed quite a bit. Like if it needs to be done, I just do it.
Yeah, me too. Same season. Yep. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, this has been a lovely conversation. If you want to stay on, you totally can. I don't know if you like plans or whatever, but like, I'm just going to probably run my mouth a little bit. All of us are. That's all we're doing.
It sounds like all of us are pretty good at that.
Yeah. So you are good company.
I was telling Lydia that I didn't get talks too much on every report card as a child, not to be a good talker as an adult. I mean,
I got that too.
Communicator.
I used to get in trouble because it was called needs improvement. I'm like, you know what? One day I'm going to be a podcast host.
Yeah, that's right. I got your improvement right here, lady.
Yeah, needs improvement. Anyway. Kim causing trouble today. Indeed. Always. Okay, going back to our thing. Ready? Okay. So we'll start with Kat because she has nutrition stuff. So ready? Here's her. Cat's Corner.
Cat's Corner.
Fluffy fitness. I love it because that cat's so
Cat's
cute and fluffy.
Corner.
And
I
I'm
literally have a
inspired.
cat in my corner right now.
See, it's perfect timing. It's meant to be Cat's Corner. Tell us some nutrition
And I
fitness
have
stuff.
my alien. I don't know because I don't have a cat, but I have an AT alien here.
Please
So.
stop. It's gonna happen.
I like cats. I'm just allergic to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So I started to have you're welcome, Pretty Hate Machine.
Oh, wonderful.
That's Corey, guys. That's Corey.
Oh, is that Corey?
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
What's up, Corey? Corey, can you write a song for us for the plus sides?
He says he will write us a musical, but I mean like musics.
I was being silly. I was being facetious.
He's a sweetie. He would do it. But he was like, if we want anybody to sing anything or write lyrics, like we need to like pay them stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, we don't have any money. No.
I got
just kidding.
We just need
No
the
song
instrumental. We just need the instrumental.
All right.
Anyway.
So my favorite thing is to make proffee, but I don't like. Who drinks like those the cartons of protein drinks? You like Fairlife, Janine?
Yeah, but that comes in the plastic bottles.
Whatever they are. Yeah, I do powder.
Ready-made.
I drink the core power, and I also do the powder. And I do the powder in the morning, and I do a core power if I'm low on my protein, and I'm like, I can't eat any more today. Yeah. I'll drink one of the core power.
That's the craziest thing. I don't feel that way. I can't eat anymore. I will find time for a snack. I'll hit a wall, but yeah.
I do intermittent fasting, and sometimes I just go like all the way. Like I've only had a very small amount of beef jerky right before I came on here because I was afraid that I'm like I'm gonna get hungry because it's 8:00 almost here. So
yeah. I haven't had Arlene.
It's
I have a very small eating
weird.
window.
I had one enchilada.
But Fridays are free French fry Fridays at McDonald's.
Oh, I thought you meant like for you. I didn't know it was a thing. Listen, I took my kid to McDonald's and that was free.
Thing. It's a whole
McDonald's get so expensive. You know
French
why?
Because
they don't all the GLP-1 people. What now?
They do taste a little waxy,
like wax.
don't they?
They're awful.
They do taste a little waxy.
Yeah. Sorry, McDonald's. Gotta eat it fresh. It's the only way.
Well, it's fresh wax.
Yeah, fresh wax.
Whataburger French fries are the best.
Yeah.
You guys ever had Whataburger French fries?
Yeah, my son's obsessed with Whataburger. It's his favorite thing. But like they just opened one here, but we went and it was trash. It was straight trash.
No.
Like it's just, I think they're just JT, they have one up here in Cumming and it was nasty. Like
Chicago gross,
fries were nasty.
They're a Texas company. And
that's
Chicago company bought them out.
Oh, really? No.
Oh.
When did that happen? They ruined it.
A couple of years ago, like around COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
Well, when Raising Cane's comes into the metropolitan area, you better believe I'm going to be the first one in line.
We have someone that commented on that.
Dipping sauce and some chicken fingers.
Well, that's yummy.
But
fine. Someone commented on JT's thing about the Raising Cane's because she was so excited about it. And they were like, listen, I'm from Louisiana. That's straight trash. I mean, I'm sure they use their own words, but that's what they said. She's like, that's crap. And I was like, I'll leave that comment. I should have just tagged you and be like, tell him, JT.
I love Raising Cane's.
Yeah.
If it's between Chick-fil-A and Raising Cane's, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I'm taking Raising Cane's all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Their dipping sauce is good.
I think we
have.
Their dipping sauce is everything.
7:30 to 8:39. It's been an hour and a half.
I always
get
it.
We should wrap it up.
Okay, well, just out.
Okay,
At my cycle bar, they've been giving out these organic protein.
Oh, yes.
Now, I feel like these taste like feet.
Tastes like
feet.
Look,
I get the unflavored one from Costco.
How do you know what feet taste like, Kat?
Well,
you have an idea.
Okay.
It's like blue cheese. That's what it tastes like. Like
blue cheese is the jam. Anyway, we're going to get sidetracked. It's supposed to be like vegan and organic. And don't get me started on organic, that farce. Anyway, so, but it's plant protein. But I found the way that you can have this, and I am desecrating it. You can either put feet stuff. You could either put dark cocoa powder in this.
Yeah.
If you want to stay on the vegan tip. Or
Okay.
this stuff right here, the Swiss Miss, not the sugar-free, but the reduced calorie. The sugar-free is gross as well. I'm very
Yeah, it
opinionated
is.
about my protein shakes.
Yeah,
right
you really
here.
are.
I am.
Okay.
Okay.
Put a little frozen spinach in it. This is
Yeah.
this takes the foot taste right out of it for you.
I think a lot of
Okay.
people forget that spinach can really, like, you can't even taste it a lot of
I love
times in your
spinach.
shake. If you add too much, put a little pinch of Himalayan salt in your shake, and
Oh,
it'll
yeah.
take the chocolate flavor out.
I've
But
just learned about Himalayan salt. It's quite tasty.
I
I
need to have a
love
talk
Himalayan
with Dana from Devotion Nutrition, because this buttery blend is the truth. I
That's our favorite.
made
No.
you may put this in grits. If you have a hankering for mac and cheese, you put this. It's a combination of a little bit of olive oil, some
Yeah.
Devotion, maybe
Yeah.
a little Greek yogurt on
Yeah.
your pasta, because I'm a
Yeah.
Chicagoan, I guess today. Buttery
Yes.
blend is the truth. Also, I make that
Where do you get
2-ingredient dough. Oh, I get it on Devotion's website.
Okay. You
Buttery
can't get it
blend
like a
is so.
GNC.
I don't know. I don't really
Probably.
shop at GNC.
I
That's
bet.
interesting. Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's gluten free.
That's nice.
I make bread crust out of this. So if you put like a scoop of this, an egg, and maybe some like a little salt and pepper, put it in your waffle iron.
Really?
Or-
That sounds
Oh.
good.
Take
That sounds good.
your
Cat likes to cook. She's a baker.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take your those Baby Bell lights.
Yeah.
Put the dough in it, make a little like dough
Cool.
on top of the cheese, and then dip it in marinara sauce. This is the truth right here.
Mm.
It's called Buttery Delight.
Oh
is
yeah,
it?
it's buttery blend.
Buttery blend.
Buttery blend.
Buttery
Ocean
blend.
buttery blend. Everybody make a note.
I
Oh
have
God! If you sign up with Ivim because you need a telehealth provider to help you deal with your ones, your first month is free.
absolutely free.
If you tell them you come from the plus sides. Listen, people join late.
They do. Yeah, exactly.
We want them to renew. Don't mess with me.
I want to
Gotta
put it back
keep
for
our
buttery
little
blend,
podcast
right?
alive.
Go to IVM and get your buttery blend, and I'm not getting paid for this yet.
Can
Dana.
you get buttery blend at Ivim? Oh,
No.
you're saying and in addition to
Yeah. In addition to, go to IVM, and you're going to need
Okay.
your protein. You could put this in your
when you're at
mashed
Ivim.
potatoes.
Okay. Mashed potatoes. Okay.
Your mashed potatoes.
I love you had to talk about food for me. Remember the bean footage. Ugh, I need help with that.
That's
I need a
good.
clicker.
Footage.
And I
All
had
right,
one more
mods, help
thing.
out. Okay.
This is also blendable. I don't know if you guys. Like I said, I don't really like the cartons, the ready-made stuff.
Yeah.
But if you like to have the chocolate and cinnamon flavor, these blend well. The Quest also blends really well. This is the cinnamon cereal crunch.
I do
with-
have the Quest salted caramel cartony ones, and they are for sure out of all the ones I've tried next to Fairlife, the ones more tolerable. Hey, Ada.
put these together.
Hi, Ada.
Yeah.
I like a little chocolate and cinnamon.
Look at you.
And also, instead of getting the pumpkin spice
Yes.
protein powder, just get this. Oh my gosh.
It's called buttery blend.
Hell yes,
Courtney.
butt blend.
But
Buttery.
Thanks, Tori.
Butt stuff with
This is
butter
why we
blend.
like you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What's that one called? Quest.
Quest cinnamon
Nice.
crunch. So it has like little crunches in it, but I pair it in I put this in my coffee. It
Yeah.
blends well
Okay.
with my pumpkin spice, because
Oh,
pumpkin spice.
fancy.
I know it's not September yet, but it is like
Whatever.
It
It is in my
it's
book.
Drink
the
coffee.
equator
I'm
outside.
a weirdo.
it is
You
still
are a weirdo.
summer. It is still summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't
am
know what you're
all
about.
basic
It only
white,
feels like summer.
you know who, through fall. From August. My husband has
Yeah.
banned me from putting any decorations on the porch until September 1.
Water check, ladies. That's right.
Water
Sabrina.
check. That's right.
Water check.
I'm so bad today.
Yeah.
Hardly any food, hardly any water. It's like it's
Also-
shot day.
I'll do another one. And it's one more. More devotion. This is
Mm.
the truth right here. The
does it
brownie
say?
batter. It's the brownie batter.
Brownie batter. Do you
This
make
is the-
brownies with it?
I have.
Oh.
Oh.
Do we want recipes? Because I'll post
Like a
more.
sponsor.
I'll make some more. Yes.
This is part of your segment. Yeah.
okay. I
You
will
could
come.
paste
I
it in
will
the
come
chat or
prepared.
something.
Yeah, I will.
Or you
Yeah.
could like link to a Google Doc
You
or
should
something
bring
like that.
ready-made dishes. and
You
like
know?
have them
Literally
but you
feed
would need
that'd
to
be
do it like at the beginning. If it's
adorable.
a shake or
Yeah.
something, then you would need to do it at the very
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
This
it's going to
one,
melt.
Yes.
I will come back and do it again next Friday because
Next
the
week.
buttery
Yep.
blend I'm making. I'm going to try to make biscuits with buttery blend.
Ooh.
They won't be
Ooh.
gluten free. I'm sorry, Kim,
Well, yeah.
but the protein powder will be.
Okay. That's
Look,
good to know.
okay.
GLP cooking with Kat.
Yeah, good.
Anyway.
That's
I
right.
was call it maybe. Yeah, well,
Maybe we need a cooking with Kat, and then we need a fluffy fitness with Kat. Maybe we need 2 different kinds. I'll make one a new segment.
Fluffy fitness.
Consider it done.
so also devotion
Love it.
makes the cinnamon as well,
Okay.
which is just as good as this. It's like I took all my protein powders with me. I do have some Oreo protein powder in the kitchen, and I will see if I can. I have been
I do need to
experimenting
get at
with
my
that.
protein. I'm interested, like especially if we can like have some
Be
sort
careful.
of brownie situation.
Be careful of having too much protein because my
helps with.
your guts pay for it the next day.
Okay.
You know,
Good to know.
I'm always talking about
Kim,
my
I'll have your
guts.
social media manager ad. Thank you, Lydia. My
Gotcha.
social media manager is the shit.
She's the shit.
So,
She's the shit.
She needs a little jingle to go along with it too.
Yeah.
Cooking with Kat,
But
something.
Love it.
Prevent-
Yeah.
Stop the foot taste of these organic chalky protein powders.
Okay.
And add cocoa.
Stop the foot. You could just not and eat the devotion instead.
I know,
but I
this
get it.
This is a sample.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Sample. Yeah.
It says vegan and organic.
Does the food noise rushing back for y'all on Friday nights despite, you know what? Not the noise, Corey, for me.
I get a little munchy.
But I do get hungry. And I think we have to remember, we have to remember that hunger isn't a bad thing, right? Like hunger is a normal thing for your body to feel. It's when you're insatiable. I think that's a problem.
That usually increases for me when I need to go up a dose, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Or take it or maybe take it every 6 days, you know?
If I'm starting to feel hungry, I take my shots on Saturdays. And if I'm starting to feel hungry on Tuesday or Wednesday, that's how I know I need to move up a shot.
Has anybody considered doing weekly calorie goals instead of daily?
No.
I'm thinking I can't eat it. Look, I just can't. I eat like the first 3 days. It's just not a lot. I can't really get in like 1,800 calories, 1,900 calories. I just can't do it. You know, unless I'm like drinking a bunch of protein shakes.
Look, bowls.
I do like bowls.
I have heard people doing that before.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
the same concept of having a cheat day, you know?
Yeah.
You're following this calorie restriction all week and then you have a cheat day. Sometimes I do carb cycling if I hit a stall. So
yeah. Well, like if I don't eat, I don't lose weight. Like point blank period. If I don't get in my calories within that week, like at least, you know, to a decent level, I'm not going to lose anything, you know?
It's been
weekly over daily. Tastes, yeah.
It's been tough.
I fluctuate from day to day. Like this morning, I was so freaking starving, and I had taken my shot yesterday. Took my protein drink, went to the gym, came back home, and I was still starving, of course. And I had like my Catalina Crunch bowl of cereal with the fruit, with frozen fruit, chia seeds, and protein powder as well.
Yeah,
so hungry.
When did you guys all start Mounjaro?
Well, I've been on all of them since July. I've been on Mounjaro 2 months, but I started on Saxenda, and then I didn't lose enough weight, so they wouldn't renew my PA. But they said we'll pay for Ozempic. So then I took Ozempic. So most of the weight I've lost was on Ozempic, and then I capped out. So I went to 2.4 Wegovy, and then I went to Mounjaro because I had to do like step therapy with Victoza and Trulicity, all that crap. So I've done all the steps, and if they mess with me ever, they'll probably come back and do metformin.
I'm like,
we already did everything.
So
calorie cycling.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Like today,
how much of all of you guys lost each? So to this point,
66 points, points for me. 66 pounds.
But you know what? Probably down to like 63 because I gained 3 in Kansas City.
I gain and then I lose and then I'm stagnant. Like it's just kind of hanging out, you know. I think when I eat more, I lose, you know.
Going between 157 and 160. Yeah. So I started at 198. So I'm down like 40, 41. But I started in January.
Yeah.
So are any of you on maintenance right now or getting close to it?
No.
Or
no, I have so much more to go.
You're on maintenance, Janine?
Yeah.
I am almost at maintenance. I can smell it. It's like,
oh, that's awesome.
I can smell it.
And then it's a little harder for JT too because he's a type 2, so she has to think about her A1C and all that.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
Sabrina, when you have heavy lifting day at the gym,
hungry
after
afterwards. A day at the gym.
So you know what? Yeah. When I was heavy because I've always exercised, always worked out, no matter what size, and I would always be able to like push and pull back on 30 pounds here and all the time. I lifted all the time, and my heavy days, it was so freaking frustrating because all I wanted, I was like Chris Farley in the Gap Girl skit, "Lay off me, I'm starving." Like it was just
I love that.
all day, and then it was just frustrating. I'm eating all this back on. It just it sucked.
Yeah, it needs the protein for heavy lifting. Okay, so we've been on quite a while, so I want to make sure we finish because I'm going to show you my segment, but I'm not going to do it. So this will be my segment when Lydia fixes it and adds music. So when I feel like speculating, I'll do it. But we don't have time for that today. But I promised my little boy that we would do crime and punishment. So we're going to do that real quick. Okay. Hold on.
Straight to jail. Straight to jail.
I love the fight for justice today.
Oh, it's so cute.
You need a gavel.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah. Come on, Kim, do your segment. I don't really know what to speculate about. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've done it all. Didn't I? I mean, I feel like I speculated on JT's thing, and just next time I'll be like, I'll shut my mouth and wait till the segment. Yeah.
How about that woman who did the wellness video, and she she just went. She has like, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes. You know what kills me? The earth is not flat. People need to read. I swear. Really?
Yeah.
Good.
But she has.
Wait a minute. What?
Instagram.
Sorry. That was the
There's a woman who was on TikTok. Dr. Angelina stitched her. So if you go to Dr. Angelina's page, you'll see it. But her account is gone. And but she's a nutritionist or a dietitian or wellness or I don't know what her certification was, but she basically just went in hard against GLP-1 and was like, you just need to eat less and move more. That same nonsense. Like, great.
I'll drink to that.
Works for you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Drink to that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You figured it out. You have solved obesity.
That's right.
Why are you? Look how green you are. Oh, thank you.
You're the bomb, Corey.
Yes.
But yeah, cool. she definitely deserves. Oh, you need some handcuffs too, but like some pink fuzzy ones.
I like your
eyes.
He
loves
pink.
Hold them up like straight to jail.
I love it. Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was my little boy's idea. So he's 10 and he's very into the podcast and he has all these ideas and it's very precious. So his idea was like every week
idea
thing. Are we getting rough? The comments, you know.
Let's bring in the true crimers. Why,
right?
You know?
Yeah. Corey was hotter than me.
Yeah.
I thought Corey. I'm wrong. Corey was also on the podcast. It's a good time.
Oh my gosh.
I feel bad. I was listening back to that episode and all we did was just laugh our asses off the whole time. You know? Yeah, he was saying good things about it. Corey is the hot guy. The other day, right? I'm Rob, by the way. You're not Corey? I thought you were Corey. Are you not Corey? Well, thanks, Rob. Or is he being funny? I don't know. I thought he was Corey.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong.
You did not have the right terminology.
Tagged all the doctors in the post. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
She didn't even have the right terminology. Oh my gosh.
Those videos are on her Instagram now, though.
Oh my gosh.
She has 2 Instagrams.
I guess Instagram doesn't censor like TikTok does.
Yeah.
Kimmy, the boy is here. Oh,
YouTube are still somewhat free places.
Can my little boy watch Crime and Punishment really quick? He's with my husband. Do y'all mind? And then we'll wrap it up. Is that okay?
Yeah,
All right, hold on. He wants to see a segment. Also,
LP1 police, they're pulling you over,
buddy.
Oh my God!
Look, buddy.
Good job, buddy.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
You are under arrest.
She has the
Exactly.
LP1 nonsense.
Yes. Now we have to tell them. He says we have to roast them. And we're supposed to say,
Right.
what the hell are you talking? Sorry, bad word.
You gotta
Mommy.
have the props.
But yes, we do. We need something. We need
Yeah.
something to be like to bust them on it. You know, like just stupid we
need-
tried to make one. He
you need
loves
this?
that and he wants one.
Props
That's what he needs. Yeah. So we do sometimes he does man of many faces. So that's what I don't let him on the internet. And so because it's scary. Yeah. And so he's the man of many faces. So I'd let him do like TikTok sometimes for the paid members. He does like he has like a face on and he'll like say certain things, you know. And so we did one and I said, like, you know, we just kind of went through it and he was like, listen, it's about, you can't see obesity. It's about health, not weight. It was so cute. And it was just really sweet. And then, but it was funny, but I said on there, you get the stupidest comment of the week award, and TikTok took it off for bullying.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aww.
So I put it on YouTube because YouTube just like,
No,
clearly.
I don't.
That one that the kid did for Kevin was so sweet. Yeah. There's I don't know if you guys follow Kevin, but he's this little boy. He's got a particular kind of disease, which I can't remember the name of. And he can't go outside and play. And people were trying to ban his account. And that's like his community because he can't, because he'll get hurt. And he did like a TikTok and he was like, please don't do this. Like, this is all I have. Like, this is my community and stuff like that. So I replied to it. Rosie O'Donnell replied to it. And then my son was like, I want to tell him I'll play with him. So he did one and we had Spider-Man face on so that he could reply to him. But the kid's got like 1 million followers. So I don't know if he'll ever see it, but it was just sweet. He's
How old is your son?
10 and a half.
Aww.
Yeah. So I know.
Let me tell you, you're so wise not to let him on the internet. So
well, I let him do certain things guided and managed.
Because even in YouTube,
but not his face.
People post links to nefarious websites. So like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, you like this cute little My Little Pony?
Yeah.
A video?
Yep.
Click here for more videos like that. And kids will click on it. And adults just don't know that's happening.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know when I first was letting him on YouTube. I didn't even know there was a kids YouTube.
I
didn't even know you
my
could
kids
like
a
set, you know.
Either.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have
Not
it. He has an
16
iPad.
driving a car.
Yeah, he has I won't let him on social. Like he does these things with me that are very guided, but like he doesn't have social media. I'm keeping him off social media as long as I can.
Good.
Like
as a former teacher and a mother of 4, I'm telling you, you're doing a
best decision.
Good thing.
Yes. He doesn't like it. He wants to be on all the things with his buddies.
Right.
Allowing his brain time to mature.
Yeah,
is,
for sure.
Before he's exposed to those things is
totally
so important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Hey, PMAC, or I always say it's MC,
PMAC,
but I
PMAC, I said
also we need to make sure we protect our community
watermarks.
against the company stealing content.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or
So
just
true.
random creators who are stealing content to sell their goods.
Yes.
I've noticed that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like we shouldn't have to put
it's
watermarks on our
I know,
videos.
it's crazy.
Like,
And they can
remove
remove them. There's
ways.
apps they can
ways.
remove the
Yeah.
watermarks. You know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, this has been a lovely conversation. And we had such a good time. And thank you so much for coming on, Susan, and hanging with us and telling us your story.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank
you for letting me share. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, people will always listen. And, you know, when we get feedback from people, they'll say, you know, it was unburdening and it was, you know, nice to have the space and not be cut off. And, you know, it's healing because we're all kind of talking about it going, oh, yeah, I'm like that too. I'm like that too. You know, and so we get really good feedback about it. Oh, you're sweet, Tay.
Oh,
yeah.
And I hope that someone was able to relate or learn
and people
something
are able to
from
relate and learn
that,
something
that I was sharing because
I did.
You know,
yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people go straight for the gastric surgeries and they think that's going to be a cure. And I'm here to tell you, it's not always a cure. It has a pretty high
I totally
failure
agree.
rate.
Yeah, I had Lap-Band in 2007. So I was 27 and then I got pregnant less than a year later.
Yeah,
and miscarried. And then a little bit later had got pregnant again and miscarried. And I've lost more on this than I lost on that surgery, and I feel better than I've ever felt because it was miserable. It was like the whole vomit thing like you're talking about. It was horrible. You know? So, I mean, I don't know. I need to get taken out eventually. It's still in there.
Do you connect those two? Do you think the Lap-Band had something to do with the miscarriages or?
No, I mean, I was able to have my son, and I think although he was a major oops, in a good way. Ooh,
you mean a surprise?
A surprise, a Hawaiian
I have a surprise too.
Yes, we were in Hawaii.
A Disney World souvenir.
Well, I tell him all the time, I swam with sea turtles. Mommy had a hard time getting pregnant, and then I came back and I had you. So, but that's my only one. And I'm pretty sure it's because I have PCOS. So, it's like, I was really lucky, but he's a good one. He's a good egg, literally. He's like a 22-year-old egg. So it's like good, a lot of gastric flunkies. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I tell a lot of people. And they're like, if I've had gastric bypass, can I take this? I'm like, talk to your bariatric surgeon. Probably. Like it's all dependent on your healthcare stuff. But yeah, like it's awesome.
I don't have a gallbladder. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't take this if you have a, and I'm like, I don't know. I haven't had a gallbladder.
Or if you don't have a thyroid. And I'm like, lots of people don't have thyroid that take these medicines. Like, So we'll see. We're all guinea pigs. We're all in it now.
That's right.
Here we go. We're all in it now.
Well, kind of like 10 years from now, we might be in a class action lawsuit, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if we're smart.
Morgan and Morgan for
what
the
does
people.
JT say? Keep receipts. Keep receipts, she says.
We love
all right, cool. We do. Well, it's been great. Thanks for hanging with us.
Fantastic.
Classic sign off.
Thank you for having me.
We'll make it quick.
Thank you, everyone.
Get yourself a little siren.
Yes, we're gonna have to.
Cups and a gavel.
Something else for the Amazon cart. Plus, he's grounded, so he's gonna want all the toys in the land. So he's a good kid, but he makes mistakes. Anyway, all right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hasta la pasta. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, Susan. Have a great weekend.
Bye, Susan.
You too. Thanks, guys.